So, most of these videos I'm probably just going to wing, like I have the first couple, and I'm going to be doing that with this one as well. But, I guess this time I'm going to talk about, I guess I'll hit back on the first trip to the recruiters, and, then the visits to the recruiter's office leading up to MEPS, which I'll explain that. Alright, so basically I thought that this would be a very simple process where you basically tell them you want to join the Army, you sign on the dotted line, and they give you a ship date, and you go to basic training. And I had no idea that it was such an enormous process. I guess not enormous, but it is pretty involved. Basically, sat down with my recruiter, Sergeant B, and he, like I said in the previous video, just kind of walked me through, showed me all the good things about the Army and joining, all that. And then he's like, alright, so we have some like paperwork to fill out, and do you have any tattoos? And I told him, yes, I have a tattoo on my shoulder, I have a tattoo on my knee, and I also have a tattoo on my left thumb. That wasn't good, because in the Army, you are not allowed to have tattoos past your wrist. Well, at least right now, this is actually changing to become even more strict. But anyways, tattoos past your wrist and above your neck. So I guess basically anything you can see in an ACU, which is an Army combat uniform. Anyways, so I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? They're like, yeah, we can't let you in unless that tattoo disappears. It's like, alright, I have to get a tattoo removed, or I don't join the Army. One of the sergeants in the office, he was saying that, oh, you can go to Walmart and they have this cream that you can rub on your hand and that'll take care of it. And he's talking about Wrecking Ball. And that doesn't remove tattoos, it kind of fades them over a very long period of time. So anyways, I went to Walmart, very long being like 6-8 months. I went to Walmart looking for this and I was like, yeah, that costs like 40-50 bucks, I can't remember exactly. And it takes that long, I gotta figure out a quicker way. So, go back to the tools section at Walmart, and for $2, I can buy medium grit sandpaper. And I think you know where this is going. So that night, I got home. This is after my first trip to the recruiter. Nothing was set in stone, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I get home that night, and I just start sanding away, going nuts. I did this all sober, too, which was a bad idea. But, I'm just going nuts on my hand. And it's bleeding, my whole arm is numb. Well, it was on fire first, and then it eventually became sort of tingly numb, like that painful, almost. So I guess not really numb, but you know what I mean. Pins and needle feeling. But it was like the worst pain I have ever experienced. Just sanding this little quarter-sized tattoo off my my left thumb, and so I almost had to go all the way down to what seemed like almost the bone. It was really, really, really horrible, and I don't recommend it at all. There are obviously more expensive ways of getting tattoos removed, but at the time, right now I don't. At the time, I worked at a grocery store. And obviously you don't make a lot of money working at a grocery store. So I couldn't afford tattoo, like laser tattoo removal or whatever. Anyways, so sandpaper, $2, I got the tattoo off. It hurt horribly and took, I mean, it's still not even really fully healed. You're not going to be able to see it, but it took a while for it to really heal up. It was bad. Anyways, so I go in, oh yeah, they said, hey, can you come in, I think I went on a Monday, or a Tuesday, Monday, they said, hey, can you come in on Wednesday? So I came in Wednesday, and I was like, so look, I got it off. And they're like, oh, don't want to see it. We're just glad you got it off. So now you only have 2 tattoos. So you are legal. So I filled out the tattoo form, just saying I had the tattoo on my arm and on my knee, and that was all cool. And then you had to go through you had to write a description of your tattoo. And the one I have on my knee, it's really terrible, but it's a spider web that I actually did myself. And it really doesn't look good, and I need to get it fixed, but I'm going to wait until after I get out of training and whatnot. But you have to, like, write a description of why you got it, what it means to you, and I'm like, I was sitting in my room with my tattoo machine, and I was like, alright, let's draw something on your leg. So I just started, and it eventually turned into a spider web. So it ended up being like, oh, he thought it was a cool design. It's like, okay, that works. And then on my arm I had a tattoo that from Halo 2 specifically. It's another story for another time. It means something to me, but just basically courage, stand up for what you believe in, whatnot. Anyways, so yeah, went through the tattoo paperwork, just basically preliminary paperwork, and then just kind of like, I guess you understand what you're signing. I don't even know. I don't even remember. I just signed a bunch of things that may come back and bite me in the butt later. Who knows? Anyways, so then he hands me this fat stack of papers, and I'm like, awesome. And he's like, all right, you got to finish these. Get them to me. 2 days, I think it was. Or I came in on when on Monday. That's what it was. Went in Monday. He asked if I'd come back Tuesday, and then he's like, hey, can you have these to me by Thursday? And I mean, I understand they're trying to rush things. They're trying to get you processed. They have quotas and whatnot. Anyways, I probably made a bigger deal of getting it done when they wanted it done than I needed to. But so yeah, here's this huge packet. Fill it all out. So it was just things like, how much do you drink, blah, 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 like a bunch of like health questions. Do you have whatever diseases and whatnot, and just a bunch of checking no's, basically. And I mean, you want to be honest, obviously, because that will come back and bite you in the butt if you're lying on it. So just be honest, fill out the whole big old checklist, and then you get down to your references section. This was absolutely the most miserable part of my paperwork, I guess you could say, is you have to have a reference for everything. Like, every breath you've taken in the past 3 years, you need a reference for. Basically, every job you've had, every place you've lived, every school you've gone to, you need to have separate references for everything. And then you have to have personal references, and then your family members, and, like, they go back. Like, my mom was married before my dad, and this was, like, older than me, obviously, many years ago, like 28, 29 years ago, longer than that, holy crap, my older sisters, okay, so 30 plus years ago, right, and we needed information on him. Like, they take this stuff seriously. Anyways, so you need a reference for everything. So I ended up having like 27 references or something ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, that was the most miserable part. Holy cow. Alright, I'm almost at 10 minutes. Anyways, so yeah, references, miserable, bunch of paperwork to fill out. That was not fun at all. And I think that actually really does wrap up the beginning of recruiting. Next, I'll get into, like, preparing for MEPS and all that good stuff.